Good morning. This is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue on my part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1959 college football season. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is concluding the 1959 college football season. This is going to be the conclusion. I'm going to talk about the games that were played on week 11, week 12, go over the final poll, all the polls and the conference standings, everything. Bowl season, who won the Heisman, everything, relation and statistics, statistical leaders and stuff like that. So let's get it going. We're gonna start with November 26th to November 28th, 1959. This is week 11. So there were 4 games that were played on Thanksgiving. We're gonna start with the Thanksgiving matchup between Pennsylvania and Cornell, where Pennsylvania wrapped up the Ivy League title in terms of what they did in the second half. Pennsylvania beat Cornell 28-13. So that was what took place on that day for the Pennsylvania winning and wrapping up the title for the Ivy League, beating Cornell 28-13. Also on Thanksgiving, you had North Carolina shutting out Duke. They blew them out by a score of 50-0. 50-0 Duke lost to North Carolina on Thanksgiving. 50-0. Next, we got on Thanksgiving, Virginia Military beat Virginia Tech by a score of 37-12. 37-12. Last but not least, we have one more Thanksgiving game, and this is between a ranked opponent and an unranked opponent. Number 4, Texas beat Texas A&M 20-17. The number 4 Texas Longhorns fashion come from behind win with the share of the Southwest Conference crown and Cotton Bowl berth. Texas A&M rolled quarterback Charlie Milstead, who participated in all but one play as he threw a 4-yard touchdown pass to halfback Randy Sims late in the second quarter. With 20 seconds before halftime, Sims bombed 52-yard field goal with 10-0 Aggie lead. Texas went 90 yards to touchdown in third quarter, and fullback Mike Dowdle scored his second touchdown for 14-10 lead early in the fourth quarter. Aggies countered with a touchdown pass by Milstead, part of his 175 yards offense. Quarterback Bobby Lackey put Texas ahead for good with 2:20 left in the ball game. So when his touchdown capped 75-yard drive on which he made a pair of fourth down conversions. Next, our Navy beat Army by a score of 43-12. Wake Forest beat South Carolina 43-20. Number 6, Georgia beat Georgia Tech by a score of 21-14. As Georgia Tech fullback Taz Anderson lost fumble on opening kickoff and it set Tech on its heels for the rest of the first quarter after end Gerald Birch and tackle Billy Shaw each recovered fumble, and halfback defensive back Billy Williamson made interception all at own 26-yard line or closer. Engineers seem to have frustrated Georgia, but on the fourth try in Yellow Jacket territory in the first quarter, Bulldogs scored after halfback Fred Round's 38-yard run took the ball in the 2-yard line. Georgia jumped up to a 21-0 improvement as end Bill Herron made brilliant catch of quarterback Fran Tarkenton's 16-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter. The quarterback Charlie Britt connected with Brown for 40-yard touchdown 9 seconds before half. Into his own second half thanks to relief quarterback job by Marvin Tibbetts, who passed for touchdown to Birch, who made colossal effort to score on 57-yard play with only seconds to go in third quarter. Bad punt snap, but Yellow Jackets at Georgia 14-yard line on next series. But Birch dropped certain touchdown pass and fourth down fake field goal play blew up. So halfback punter Bobby Warden blasted 73-yard punt to send Tech back to his 9-yard line. Punter Birch ran for 45 yards on fake punt, but engineers couldn't push it across after first and goal at Georgia's 7-yard line. Tibbetts threw a 38-yard touchdown pass to end Fred Murphy with 3:08 on the clock. Master quarterback Tarkenton, who threw for 115 yards on 11-15 passing, touchdown and interception, managed a pair of first downs to kill clock. Bowl bids went to each team. Orange Bowl to Georgia, and Gator Bowl to Georgia Tech. All right, now we have the matchup of two top 20 teams. We got number 18, we got number 19 Alabama against number 11 Auburn. Where number 19 Alabama beat number 11 Auburn by a score of 10-0 in Birmingham. Crimson Tide beat Auburn for the first time since 1953. In kicker Tommy Brooker. He kicked a 27-yard field goal in the second quarter. Little halfback Marlon Dice capped a 75-yard touchdown drive in third quarter with 39-yard touchdown dash with flat pass from quarterback Bobby Selton. Without single first down deep into the second half, Tigers cruised 73 yards on quarterback Bobby Hunt's fourth quarter throw was only to be halted by center linebacker Billy Richardson interception at Alabama 14-yard line. Number 12 Miami lost to Florida the unranked Florida Gators 23-14 in Jacksonville. This was an upset. Number 12 Miami lost to Florida 23-14 in Jacksonville. Florida quarterback kicker Dick Allen, 26-year-old former GI, kicked 20-yard field goal through touchdown pass, second 2-minute span, before court to spoil Orange Bowl hopes of Miami. After halfback Doug Parton's 58-yard interception return, Allen scored a touchdown that gave the Gators a 7-0 halftime lead. So Hurricanes quarterback Fran Kirchie surmounted 5 interceptions to take control of third quarter. So Miami scoring twice for a short-lived 14-13 lead. After Miami had beaten Michigan State a week earlier, Orange Bowl committee promised spots to local Hurricanes, but instead, this loss and Georgia's win prompted committee to renege and tap SEC champ Bulldogs. Next, Notre Dame upset number 7 Southern California by a score of 16-6 as Fighting Irish end Mighty Stickles hurried USC punt by halfback punter Clark Holden into short flight out of bounds early in first quarter. And sophomore fullback Jerry Gray followed with 2 draw runs to cover 39 yards for a touchdown. Gary scored again in third quarter at conclusion of a 49-yard drive and then raced downfield to spill Trojans halfback Angelo Carter for safety on ensuing kickoff. After pulling his reverse of field boner on kickoff, Carter got fourth quarter touchdown on a 13-yard pass from quarterback Ben Charles. It came too late to avert second loss in a row for late fading Southern California. Number 8 Texas Christian beat Southern Methodist 19-0 as TCU used halfback Marv Lassiter's 2 touchdowns and Brutus defense led by 2 future pro stars tackles Bob Lilly and Don Floyd to secure 3-way tie for Southwest title with Texas and Arkansas. Guard linebacker Roy Lee Rambo blitzed occasionally to help Horned Frogs sack SMU quarterback Don Meredith so often as to submerge Mustangs team rushing total to -1 yard. But on his way to Dallas Cowboys and ABC Monday Night Football TV fame, Meredith, extraordinary ponies passer for three years, ended his career with then NCAA record 61% completion rating. 61% completion rating. Now the AP poll for the November 3rd, 30th, the AP poll for November 30th had Syracuse at number 1, Mississippi at number 2, Louisiana State number 3, 4 Texas, 5 Georgia, 6 Wisconsin, 7 Texas Christian, number 8 Washington, number 9 Arkansas, number 10 Clemson, number 11 Alabama, 12 Illinois, 13 Southern California, number 14 Penn State, number 15 Oklahoma, number 16 Wyoming, number 17 UCLA, number 18 Florida, number 19 Notre Dame, number 20 Missouri. So that's a complete look at week number 11, the games that were played on November 26th and November 28th. Week 12 only had 2 games from December 5th, 1959. As December 5th, 1959, Maryland beat North Carolina State 33-28. And the final game that stood out was number 1 Syracuse beating number 17 UCLA 36-8. While completing its dominating regular season, Syracuse left lasting impression on West Coast posters by gaining 456 yards on offense and holding UCLA to minus 13 yards on ground. Orangemen built the 21-0 lead by second quarter, much of it authored by Syracuse's scintillating subs. Backup quarterback Dick Easterly threw 15-yard scoring pass to halfback Mark Weber, sneaking for touchdown. Bruins mustered clock beating air attack that eventually totaled 160 yards by game's end. Scored in the last minute of the first half as tailback Billy Kilmer hit diving wingback Jim Johnson with 20-yard touchdown pass. UCLA added 2 points on tailback Skip Smith's run after scoreless third quarter, which had to be chalked up as positive for UCLA. Orange halfback Gerald Swedes sped to 40-yard gain on reverse run and then scored on a 23-yard run for a second touchdown. A 29-8 lead. Now UCLA coach Bill Barnes thought his team played very well in third quarter, but called Syracuse team one of the greatest I've ever seen. So the AP poll for the December 7th had Syracuse at number 1. Syracuse was at number 1. Mississippi was number 2. Number 3, Louisiana State. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, Georgia. Number 6, Wisconsin. Number 7, Texas Christian. Number 8, Washington. Number 9, Arkansas. Number 10, Alabama. Number 11, Clemson. Number 12, Penn State. Number 13, Illinois. Number 14, Southern California. Number 15, Oklahoma. Number 16, Wyoming. Number 17, Notre Dame. Number 18, Missouri. Florida. 19, 20, Pittsburgh. Conference standings for 1959 had Pennsylvania as the best team in the Ivy League Conference. They finished first. Atlantic Coast Conference, Clemson was first at 6-1. Pennsylvania was 6-1 in the Ivy League. Southern Conference had Virginia Military. Southeastern Conference, Georgia finished 7-0. Big Ten, Wisconsin 5-2. Big 8, Oklahoma 5-1. Missouri Valley 3-1. Mid American, Bowling Green 6-0. Southwest, Texas 5-1. Border 5-0. Wyoming, Skyline 8-7-0. And the AAW Big 5, Washington was 3-1. So let's look at the bowl games that took place in 1959. Liberty Bowl on December 19th, Penn State shut out Alabama 7-0. The first ever Liberty Bowl was played in frigid Philadelphia, where 36,211 turned out in Cavernous 100,000 seat municipal stadium. Icy fingers meant each side lost 4 fumbles, somewhat negating 319 yards to 131 yards offense edge enjoyed by Penn State, with ace Nittany Lions quarterback Richie Lucas on sideline with injury. Sub-quarterback Galen Hall completed his only pass for 18 yards, touchdown, off fake field goal to halfback Roger Cochran in last minute of second quarter. Hall's pass went to Kochman in left flat, and Dandy blocked sit-ins Henry Opperman and Norm Neff allowed Speedster to tumble into the end zone. Lions' touchdown was only second scoring pass permitted by Crimson Tide during the season, and it currently partly because Alabama halfback punter Tommy White had to punt twice into body win of his Bama squad that rose up firm when pushed into his own territory. Coach Bear Bryant would later say, "We weren't a real strong team, but that team would hit you." It was first of 24 straight Bama teams to visit the bowl under Bear Bryant. Next, the Bluebonnet Bowl, December 19th, Clemson beat Texas Christian 23-7. Texas Christian arrived for an arguable Bluebonnet Bowl in Houston as tri-champ of Southwest Conference, one of the nation's best defensive squads, but Frogs were burned by Tigers' surprising aerial strikes in the second half. TCU led 7-3 at halftime on a 19-yard halfback pass from sub Jack Redding to halfback Harry Moreland. Frogs touchdown cap 12-play 63-yard trip. Neither team tallied in third quarter, but Clemson went ahead for good and when quarterback Harvey White lost a perfect pass to end Gary Barnes, who slid behind TCU halfback defensive back Marvin Laster for stunning 68-yard touchdown and 10-yard 7 Tigers lead. Quarterback Lowndes Schindler threw 23-yard touchdown pass on fourth down after Tigers guard linebacker kicker Lon Armstrong had made field goal in the second quarter. Performed interception of Frogs quarterback Don George to TCU 17-yard line. Halfback Ron Scudetto scored with 3:16 left as Clemson tallied 20 points in 7-minute duration of fourth quarter. Odd about Tigers' rally was that they had completed only one of 7 passes prior to White clicking with Barnes on home run throw. Normally efficient, White had frequently overshot his receivers in first half. Orange Bowl, Georgia shut out Missouri 14-0. Season-long pass defense problems for Missouri were exposed again as Georgia quarterback Fran Tarkenton threw touchdown passes to halfback Bill McKinney and in Aaron Box. Tarkenton's first touchdown throw, which came with 14 seconds remaining in first quarter, was sting up scrambling beauty, a prelude to his NFL magic. Handling that right sideline from Berry and Tiger rushers. Tarkenton spotted McKinney tearing diagonally across field, nailed him over heads of past defenders. Bulldogs coach Wally Butts called contest his team's worst game of season, especially was annoyed at poor open field tackling. Missouri halfback Norm Beal made punt returns of 43-22, 35 yards that often negated great punting of Georgia halfback Bobby Walden, who booted 7 times with the punts for 46.9-yard average for a new Orange Bowl record. Butts briefly inspired Bulldogs upon second half kickoff. They went 71 yards in 8 plays. Tarkenton completed pass of 18-13, finally 33 yards for touchdown to Box. Missouri had 3 scoring threats. Halfback Mel West missed field goal early in the second quarter, just before halftime. Quarterback Phil Snowden completed passes of 20, 12, and 29 yards to Georgia's 14-yard line, but suffered goal line interception by Bulldogs quarterback defensive back Charlie Britt. Snowden hit 4 passes on 83 yards advanced early in the fourth quarter, but he ruined Tigers scoring the prospects with 2 poor pitchouts. Missouri may have been vulnerable to aerial game, but his defense still hit awfully hard as on silver helmet out of Britt after hit on keeper run. Britt metal headgear sported dent on his upper side, right side, about same size as Florida Orange. Next, we got Soup Sugar Bowl. Mississippi shut out Louisiana State 21-0. Employing strong revenge motive, Ole Miss dominated from the outset, limiting LSU its nemesis from notorious Halloween night game to minus 15 yards on the ground and keeping all but one Tigers trip outside the Rebels' territory. The Ole Miss quarterback Bobby Franklin injured much of the year, had outstanding day, and in Larry Grantham was ferocious on defense. Rebel threatened early, but each failed as LSU quarterback Warren Rabb made interception at own 5-yard line. Mississippi tackle kicker Bob Kayat missed field goal. Tigers held on downs at 11-yard line. LSU quarterback Darrell Jenkins made interception at 10-yard line. Rebels finally converted their domination into points with quarterback Jake Gibbs' 43-yard touchdown pass to halfback Cowboy Woodruff with 40 seconds left in the first half. Franklin fired 2 touchdown passes in the second half, and Ole Miss held on downs at own 42-yard line after LSU sub quarterback Darrell Mathern hit 2 fourth-quarter passes for only penetration of Ole Miss turf. Cotton Bowl. Syracuse beat Texas 23-14. Although Syracuse was flagged for 50 yards and penalties in the first quarter, it stunned to fire up Texas with touchdown passes and early going and never trailed. Halfback Gerb Swedes flipped past halfback Ernie Davis, who, despite hamstring pain, eluded quarterback defensive back Bobby Lackey and lugged the ball for a 7-yard score. It was the longest touchdown pass in Major Bowl history. To that point, and underscored MVP Davis' great performance, Davis made 11-yard interception return and 24 yards lower line, followed with 21-yard run to set up team's third quarter touchdown by Swedes for its all apart. Longhorns tackled very hard and managed to outrush Orangemen 144 yards to 133 yards, sparking Texas, which made its best offensive show in the second half. Harali Lackey and fullback Claire Branch and halfback Rene Ramirez led attack that did well to rack up 244 yards against the nation's stingiest defense. The Orangemen had been stopped twice on plays inside the Steelers' 1-yard line at end of 80-yard march in the second quarter. Davis powered over for fourth down touchdown, then caught 2-point pass from quarterback Dave Surratt for 15-0 halftime advantage. Late in the second quarter, Syracuse Ken Erickson caught 41-yard pass and appeared at cross goal line as he was tackled, but lost ball, which rolled through end zone. Meanwhile, back at scrimmage line, fistic brouhaha broke out around Orange's African-American tackle John Brown. Virgins deferred afterward, but Texas was accused of racial slurs by white teammates of Brown, who downplayed the incident himself. But Syracuse was flagged for a trio of 15-yard penalties on play, but Longhorns chose play result touchback that they took at own 20-yard line. It all but ended first half. Lackey pitched 69-yard touchdown pass to speedy halfback Jack Collins in third quarter, and late in third quarter, defensive guard Bob Hallworth recovered fumble at Syracuse 34-yard line. Ramirez caught his 2 passes, but Texas couldn't get no closer than 1-yard line. Texas lost opportunity with fumble at Syracuse 22-yard line in the fourth quarter, but soon cashed 54-yard drive as Branch dashed 36 yards to 1-yard line behind block of end Monte Lee. Rose Bowl. Washington beat Wisconsin 44-8 to astonishment of 100,000 fans and millions watching on TV. Longest-established Big Ten stranglehold on Rose Bowl trophy was thoroughly dashed. An apparent last year of long-term contract between Big Ten Pacific schools, hard-hitting Washington turntables possibly stayed. Future agreement, which had been wearing thin for West Coast fans. Big Ten had won 12 or 13 games prior to January 1st, 1960, with 7 different members of its conference qualifying for Pasadena. Only Wisconsin twice as loser, included 7-0 decision to USC in 1952, fell to one of those teams that made trip west. Huskies 6-point underdog got early touchdown from halfback Don Makita when halfback kicker George Fleming added first quarter field goal for 10-0 edge after Wisconsin halfback Bill Hobbs fumbled. It put us in control. Wisconsin began to press, according to Huskies coach Jim Owens. Fleming soon added 53-yard punt touchdown return, and route was on at 17-0. Fullback Tom Wiesner scored badges on touchdown on 4-yard run at end of well-managed 69-yard trip. And quarterback Dale Hackbar added 2-point pass to Allen Schoonover to pull badges briefly out of their hole at 17-8. But that score quickly was countered by Washington and Lee Falkins diving end zone catch of 23-yard touchdown pass by quarterback Bob Starrett. Fleming had set trick in motion with a 55-yard punt return. Hope for Badgers was collapsed by Fleming's 28-yard return of second half kickoff. Washington soon rolled fullback Ray Jackson's 5 carries 48 yards running to another touchdown. Gator Bowl on January 2nd, Arkansas beat Georgia Tech 14-7. Arkansas coach Frank Broyles, former Georgia Tech quarterback assistant coach, returned to haunt his mentor, Coach Bobby Dodd of Georgia Tech. It was first ever bowl loss for Dodd after 8 wins. 8 wins. Starting with Houston's Oil Bowl on January 1st, 1947. Engineers' weight advantage allowed it to dominate first half as offensive held ball for all but 3 plays. Georgia Tech quarterback Marvin Tibbetts fake handoff, looped around left end, cut back on a 51-yard touchdown run on last play of first quarter. Razorbacks were different team in second quarter and began exploiting their quickness advantage. Fullback Joe Paul Alberti twice made short yards first downs on 62-yard march in second quarter. A tied game at 7-7 with 1-yard touchdown run. Arkansas MVP halfback Jim Moody, who had 99 yards and 18 carries, who almost quit football after several head injuries in 1958, led winning third quarter drive and scored on 19-yard sweep. Engineers caused some late concern with short passes of quarterback Fred Brazelton and finished with 8 of 18, 64-yard interception in the air. Starting at defense were All-American linebacker Maxie Ballhan of Georgia Tech and less heralded but equally sharp linebackers Wayne Harris and Gerald Gardner of Arkansas. Now, the top performance for 1959 was Syracuse at number 1. Top opponents records 1959 was Kentucky. 1959 out of conference records, the top conference was Southeastern Conference. That had a 33-6-1 record. Bowl records 2-3. Now the statistical leaders passed for rushing yards. Purvis Atkins from New Mexico State led the nation with 971 yards. Rushing. Passing yards, the top passing yards leader was Dick Norman of Stanford, 1,963 yards. The receiving yards, you had Chris Burford, Stanford, 61 catches for 756 yards. Now, let's get into the All-American team. Consensus All-American team. 1959. The end. Bill Carpenter, Army. Monty Stickles, Notre Dame. Tackle, Don Lanphier, Wisconsin. Don Floyd, Texas Christian. Guard, Roger Davis, Syracuse. Bill Burrell, Illinois. Center, Maxie Bond, Georgia Tech. Back, Richie Lucas, Penn State. Billy Cannon, Louisiana State. Ron Burton, Northwestern. Charlie Flowers, Mississippi. All All-American choices. N. Marlon McKeever, Southern California. Carroll Dell, Virginia Tech. Fred Martino, Syracuse. Chris Burford, Stanford. Don Norton, Iowa. The tackles. Ken Rice, Auburn. Bob Yates, Syracuse. Mike McGee, Duke. Guard. Zeke Smith, Auburn. Mike McKeever, Southern California. Reese Doak, Texas. Pat Dot, Georgia. Marvin Terrell, Mississippi. The centers. E.J. Halob, Texas Tech. Jim Adriati of Northwestern. The backfield. Bob Starrett, Washington. Jim Montmoody, Arkansas. Dean Look, Michigan State. Don Meredith, Southern Methodist. Dwight Nichols, Iowa State. Jack Spice, Texas Christian. Now, the 1959 Heisman Trophy vote was a result in Billy Cannon winning the Heisman Trophy. Senior halfback of Louisiana State, 1,929. That was the top vote for Billy Cannon. He won the Heisman in 1959. Senior halfback, Louisiana State, 1,929. Next, Richie Lucas, senior quarterback at Penn State, 613. Don Meredith, senior quarterback, Southern Methodist, was third, 285 votes. Bill Burrell, senior guard, Illinois, 196 votes. Now, the other major awards that took place was out the Maxwell Player of the Year. Richie Lucas, senior quarterback, Penn State won that award. The Outland Lyman Trophy Award went to Mike McGee, senior guard, Duke. And Ben Schwartz Walder, of Syracuse. Ben Swartzwelder, coach of Syracuse, won the AFCA Coach of the Year. So that concludes a look at the 1959 college football season. Tomorrow I do talk about the 1960 college football season, 1960. So that concludes the whole season. I talked about week 12 and week 11, the games that were played on November 28th to November 30th. And November 28th, excuse me, beg your pardon, apologize. Week 11 was the games between the teams that played on November 26th to November 28th and November 5th, 1959. So those are week 11, week 12. And then I went over the stats and the polls and bowl season, and that's it. All-American team, etc., etc. So that's it. I'm done with 1959. Now tomorrow will be 1960. 1960 college football season. So please like and subscribe to the channel, comment, do whatever you can to support the channel. This is Rashad Mitchell, come to you live from my YouTube channel, Rashad Mitchell. So until then, talk to you tomorrow.